On March 5th, 2024, Bean Hill Zone was entirely removed from Fall Guys with seemingly no explanation as to why. This video will contain leaks to a potential Sonic game, so consider this to be a spoiler warning. If you don't like leaks or any of that sort, do click off the video. It is understandable, and have a great day. But for the rest of us, let's get into why I think Bean Hill Zone got removed from Fall Guys. Normally, whenever Mitatonic removes a round from the game, it's usually if the round in question has bugs that hamper with the functionality of it, or an exploit was found, or if a section of a map is broken. However, maps that get vaulted can be found in the Vault Show, which is a show in custom lobbies that lets you play maps that aren't in the main game, like Night Fever, Roll On, Freezy Peak, Rock and Roll, and more. Although if a map is entirely broken, like Bubble Trouble for example, in where the bubbles don't spawn, it then gets removed from the game entirely. In the case of Bean Hill Zone, however, the map was working just fine. When the survival update, aka the 10.8 update released on the 27th of February, the map was still in the game. While Mitatonic haven't said why they removed Bean Hill Zone, the leading theory is that Sega, the company who owns the Sonic IP, forced Mitatonic or Epic Games to remove the map due to the fact that they'll be coming out with a free-to-play mobile game that shares similarity with Fall Guys. On the 17th of January, Insider Gaming published an article stating that a leaker has claimed that Sega are working on a new Sonic spin-off game, and it later goes on to state the leaker has accurately leaked games made by Atlas. So just telling how credible they are, and they didn't really say much in this article. However, on the 27th of February, they made another article giving a lot more detail. The project is going under the codename Project Toys, but they think that the final name will be Sonic Toys Party, and is set to release sometime in the summer of 2024. We currently have no official announcement from Sega, so this could change. It revealed the player count, that being 32, and the characters that will be in the game. Let me read you a quote from the article. Quote, "Gameplay sent to Insider Gaming under the condition that the footage does not go public and the source remains anonymous, and shows various Sonic characters battling it out in 32-player matches. Sonic, Tails, Shadow, Knuckles, Eggman, Amy, Metal, and more can all be seen competing in obstacle courses and fighting against bosses where the last player wins. Some matches require players to race to the finish, collect rings, or simply just survive to the end." End quote. By the way, Bean Hill Zone being removed because of this mobile game is neither confirmed by either Mitatonic or Sega, and is just purely speculation. Only time will tell how much Fall Guys DNA will be in this game. This comment left by Shahula Calamitous on a community post I made regarding Bean Hill Zone is something that I didn't think about, which to be honest does seem to be the more logical reason, and I'm quite embarrassed that I didn't think about it first. They said it could be because the contract between Sega and Mitatonic or Epic Games ran out and Sega decided not to renew it for whatever reason. However, the timing of the removal in the article is very suspicious, and Sega deciding to remove a map from a potential competitor's game isn't out of the question entirely. Though it's likely that Sega chose not to renew the contract with Mitatonic as it wouldn't be worth the investment. Although this makes me wonder, are they going to be bringing back the Sonic skins, and would they be making any new Sonic related skins when the second Sonic movie comes out? The contract between Sega and Mitatonic probably includes the rights to Bean Hill Zone and being able to put out Sonic related cosmetics in the item shop. Although if you already own the Sonic related skins or cosmetics or whatever, they'll still be in your inventory. This is the first time we've had something like this happen in Fall Guys, since Bean Hill Zone was the first map to be based off a different IP. Although a SpongeBob and WWE map was planned, it just never got released due to unknown reasons. And since Mitatonic shifted over to Fall Guys Creative, we might not see something like Bean Hill Zone for a long time. I do think when they release Hunt Mode, there are eventually going to be people who are going to make one-to-one recreations of Bean Hill Zone for sure, but I just don't see it happening anytime soon. Plus, Fall Guys isn't as popular as it was back in Season 1 Free-For-All, so companies might not want to collab with Fall Guys as they don't see it worth the investment. I doubt Sonic's Toy Party is going to be popular in the long term, and once the player base for that game starts to dwindle and it inevitably gets shut down, will Sega decide to renew the contract with Mitatonic or re-add Bean Hill Zone back into the game? I don't want to judge corporations as they would an actual person, as corporations don't think with feelings and emotion but with data and facts, but I think re-adding Bean Hill Zone could be seen as a sign of defeat, and Sega would probably be too prideful, especially if Toys Party isn't performing as expected. I might make a separate video talking about Bean Hill Zone and the history behind it, but it's sad to see Fall Guys' first collab map get removed entirely from the game, especially since it was made in Unity, and as we all know, Mitatonic shifted away from Unity back in May of last year. This round is a unique, one-of-a-kind map that pays homage to one of Sonic's most most iconic levels, heck I would even say one of the most iconic levels in gaming history, that being Green Hill Zone. And yes, Green Hill Zone does have its problems, primarily with spawn, since where you spawn determines if you'll be able to qualify, especially if you get this late game, say round 4. And the Gotta Go Fast LTM that introduced the map wasn't that great, since the finale would always be Green Hill Zone, and if you got a bad spawn, it was over. However, as I previously stated, this map isn't something that can be made in Fall Guys Creative, at least not yet anyways, and I doubt we'll be seeing the Hunt game mode anytime soon, as it did take them 9 months to add the survival game mode. Even though Creative Mode has made great strides recently and gets better with seemingly every update, we aren't quite there yet to make something like Green Hill Zone. The map had so much love and care put into it, from the sound effect for when you collect a ring, to the way the spring looks like it just came straight out of a Sonic game, just the texturing, just overall just everything. Though I've only played 88 games of it in total since it came out, I truly think this map was a ton of fun, and truly a one-of-a-kind map. I'll miss you, Green Hill Zone. Thank you to our Max members for your continued support as always.